How do you guys like my shirt? I shoot time-lapse, hyperlapse, and even in the back. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. I like it. Hey guys, this is Emeric from Emeric's Timelapse, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how I use LRTimelapse and Lightroom to do all the color correction and the post-production for an amazing pink sunset day to night time-lapse of downtown LA. So let's go. Alright my friend, this is it. We are on LRTimelapse 5 and I'm gonna edit this beautiful day to night time-lapse of downtown LA, where you can see at some point there is some beautiful pink sunset clouds. We can see here, I love this kind of sunset, it's beautiful. But you can see it's a little bit dark, the city skyline is a little bit dark because I was kind of keeping my exposure more for the sky to get like beautiful contrast in those clouds. But it's not that bad, it's really good. We'll be able to definitely get something beautiful with the colors and the contrast. So here it goes. I am on LRTimelapse Pro 5 and we're gonna start by doing the keyframe wizard. So you can see up here I have now 15 keyframes. This is the picture we are gonna color correct on Lightroom. Then, because it's a day to night time lapse and because I have a bulb ramping, I'm gonna do a holy grail wizard and we're gonna do the rotation of this curve here and maybe a little bit of stretch. Can we do a stretch? Yeah, that's perfect. There you go. There you go. This is perfect. Now this line, the yellow line, is as straight and as centered as possible. So now we're gonna save it. And we're gonna drag everything to Lightroom to do and start the color correction. Drag to Lightroom, we take Lightroom up, we release here. Make sure you have add at the top and we're gonna import everything. All right, we are on Lightroom. Let's do the color correction. You can see already there's some amazing colors. Okay, so let's select the number 1 and let's start the color correction. So what I like to do is like reduce the highlights, push up the shadows a little bit, a tiny bit of the white, blacks, clarity, dehaze, and contrast. I'm gonna select one value and then I'm not gonna touch it all the way to the night. I don't wanna get what we call contrast flicker, which usually shows up because of all those settings and if you either use them too much or change them too fast in the day to night time lapse. So here I'm gonna select +10 for whites and -10 for blacks to get more contrast. You can add even a little bit more contrast with the contrast tool. Clarity, don't go too high, like 25 usually, 20-25. Dehaze, I like between 5 and 10. Vibrance, we can go something like 30, and then maybe like a saturation of, it's already pretty like colorful, so maybe 7 for now, okay? I want something maybe a little bit more bluish and then more purple because it's a very green. Okay, now I'm gonna do is like, I feel like it's not straight, so I'm just gonna do auto here and see what it says. Okay, that was very, very not straight. Oh my God. Hold on, now it's I think a little too much. If I do auto, it's 123. Okay, 103 is pretty good. All right, let's see if we zoom in. Do I like those colors? Yeah, you can see it's already a huge improvement. We get more of the colors, the vibrant golden hour type color. Okay, it looks pretty good. We have a very blue sky. We don't want the sky to be too blue, and that's something usually like gets a little problem if you get your temperature closer to like something more tungsten light. But for now, it's actually pretty. It's pretty good. It looks okay. So sharpening, we're gonna add 50, and we're gonna do a masking of. Oh, I forgot something first. It's to remove dust spot because yeah, private time lapse is you get tons of dust spot because you open the shutter so many times. It's actually not that bad right now. Gotta clean my sensor at some point. Okay, do it on the first picture. It's actually very important. There's another one right there. There you go. All right. Okay, I like the colors. It's pretty well balanced. So I have ISO 100, but I'm going to go to a noise reduction of 5 a little bit because we push the shadows a little bit. So it can create a little bit of grain. That's a lot of little bit. We're going to remove chromatic aberration and the profile correction. I don't think we need to do like any uprights because I was shooting at 81 mil, so I don't think there is any lens deformation on my picture. So we should be good just staying staying the way it is right now. Okay, so that was before and after. We have some really nice colors. Now I'm going to select all of them, script, and sync keyframes. Okay, now we go to the next one. Okay, so now we can start to see it's getting a little darker. So I'm going to move the exposure a little bit. I'm not going to touch my contrast, whites, blacks, clarity, and DA because you know why? We don't want to create contrast flicker because of Lightroom. So we're going to leave those value what it is. You can play with the highlights and the shadows, the exposure and the temperature, but not all the other one. I don't recommend to do it if you don't want any like contrast flicker. Okay, I want to go something more pink, maybe, because as soon as those pink clouds gonna show up, I always want to get like a pink ambience already in the time lapse in the picture. A little bit like those clouds are kind of reflecting pink lights everywhere in your scene, which actually, you know, usually that's what it is. I always change the exposure, maybe 0.1 stop at a time, not more, just to go easy. Okay, so I think we're pretty okay right now. I kind of like, maybe we're gonna go to something more yellowish, maybe a tiny bit more pink. Okay, to get like, you know, more, see, we get some colors. So this is, okay, we have to wait, that is, okay. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, I love it. That's a really sweet shot. I kind of want to remove some shadows a little bit to get more contrast. Okay, all right, next. It starts to be interesting right now because those pink clouds are starting to show up. Not that much, but it's getting there. I think the next picture, it should be visible. So here I added a little bit more, 0.1 stop. There you go. Let's add more tints. We're gonna go more to pink, something pink. And more yellow. I guess I can go a little bit more in the exposure. I'm not a big fan of, no, the buildings are good right now. Okay. All right, so I don't think there's more to do on this one. We're gonna go to the next one and move on, all right? All right, the pink is in there. Is it showing at the next one? Yeah, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually move a little bit more exposure. It's kind of blue in the building, so we're gonna do something more yellowish. And it's gonna make actually the clouds look more yellow. So what I like to do instead actually, I mean, you can use a filter, but what I like to do is, instead of using a filter for the clouds, because you know sometimes it's like it's hard because it's behind, I could use like a brush or anything. But what I like to do is actually go like here in hue, saturation, and luminance, and we're gonna play with the red and magenta and also purple. I think I forgot which one. There's some red in the sky. Okay, I think there's a little bit of purple sometimes, tiny bit, not yet. What about magenta? No. So it's mostly red in the sky. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change the saturation of the red to 5 for now. And we're going to do like a gradient all the way to when it's really pink, and we're going to have like a bigger number. But if you go from 0 to 25 right away, it's not good. Just go to 5, 10, 15, all the way to 25 when the clouds are pink, very pink. So we're going to do this. Okay. All right, the next one should be nice. Yeah, this is, you can see the pink, the pink red colors showing up in the clouds right now. We have beautiful skyline. All right, so now I'm gonna go to, let's say 10. All right, let's see before. So this is with, and okay, I think we're gonna go a little more. Like, let's do 15. Yeah, it's way more saturated in the cloud. Not way more, but just a tiny bit, and way enough to actually get like some nice colors. So I'm gonna keep doing my exposure a little bit because it's so dark now. Okay, maybe more yellowish, and actually playing with the tint and go something more magenta, or is gonna help to get this this pink look, this pink, you know, ambience in the scene. Okay, so I think we're good here. I might actually play with the saturation right now. Okay. All right, like this, more yellow. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, this is really nice. Let's play with the exposure a little bit. Saturation, vibrance, I'm not gonna touch them. Clarity at night, I like to sometimes just make it a little less. Okay, maybe a little bit more pink, more yellow. Okay, this is good, this is good. All right, then we're gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit more noise reduction because of the exposure. And then if we go to hue saturation here, what if we go to maybe 20? How does it look? Can we see a before and after? Yeah, those clouds are pretty sweet. Yeah, you can see the difference. If you go back to the normal view, you can see like this is without the hue and saturation of 20 in the red. But if you add it, you can see there's way more colors in those clouds, which is amazing. But you don't want to do too much. Don't overdo it because it's going to look fake. Like if you get like 50, obviously, like it looks weird. I think 20, 25 kind of look good. Okay, let's think more yellow in the white balance. Okay, it's pretty good. All right, let's go to the next one now. We still have some clouds in the sky. I think I'm going to stay at 20 in the red, in the saturation. It's perfect. I'm still ISO 100. Let's go maybe to a little bit more. I like something bright. Okay. Contrast, we don't have to touch anything. Maybe reduce the shadows to get more contrast. But I don't like touching the contrast on a day to night. Okay, maybe they're more yellowish. Let's see. Yeah, we have something amazing. Yeah, that looks dope. I just love those colors. It still looks natural. It really looks natural, but still very vibrant colors, which I like. Okay, so here now we have something very bluish because this is called blue hour. Now right after this, the sunset. I'm gonna go something more yellowish, more warmer color, maybe a little more tint to keep this. And I think I'm gonna start slowly going back to 0 for the red saturation. Let's go to 15 for now. And I think like the next photo, the pink clouds are pretty much gone. Yeah, it's very blue, kind of like, okay, this is good. Maybe a tiny bit, 35, this is pretty pink right now, okay. And then let's go back to, let's do like halfway, 7. Yeah, that's a little too much pink here. Okay, it's not too bad. It's blue hour, so let's try to get a little more blue. I went a little too much in the yellow. You know, just play with, yeah, that kind of like it. It's a kind of nice purple kind of look. I have ISO 125, but it's fine because I already added a little bit of noise reduction. I like to load the picture to see high quality because it's hard to, if there's too many pixels. Okay, I have ISO 200, so I'm gonna go noise reduction to 20 right now. All right, let's go back to something more blue, close to tungsten. I mean, not completely tungsten, which is like 2900, but okay, let's remove a little bit of pink. See, the key to get like a nice day to night time lapse with the colors and the contrast is really to go easy between each keyframe. Just do a little bit of each value, exposure, highlights, shadows, or even the colors, the white balance or the tint. Just do a little bit by a little bit, don't do too much. Or it's not gonna look good, it's not gonna look natural. See, just a tiny bit, not much. Here we can do a little bit more blue. Okay. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Before and after. I like it, I like it. And see in the shadows, it was pretty dark at first, but we got some information back pretty well, and there's no grain. There's barely no grain. This is very good. So this is why we have a very well balanced image. We have ISO 320. Let's go to noise reduction of, let's say 30. And I think we're gonna stop here. So let's go to the next picture. It's getting a little dark right now. I think I'm just gonna do it all that to, yeah, maybe the 0.95, something more bluish. Loads this picture. I hate it when Lightroom doesn't load the picture. I know it's like performance thing, but like, get blue. All right, next one up. We have 2 left. All right, let's try to get more something tungsten. I like the blue. I like having blue at night in the sky. It really looks like, you know, cold, which it's supposed to be at night. Okay, we're gonna Push down the shadows a little bit, maybe a tiny bit more. And actually getting more like to tungsten white balance make the building looks better too as well. It's not too yellow. ISO 400, yeah, I'm just gonna stay here for the noise reduction. And for the last picture, oops, let's see what we have. Okay, let's go to one stop. Okay, let's go to something a little bit more bluish because I feel like those buildings are too, yeah, the city lights get a little white, way more white than yellow, which this is a look I like. Maybe reduce a little bit the purple in the sky. And voila, this is actually pretty good, guys. Oh, wow. This is before, after. Yes, that looks sweet. We can even see some stars. That's crazy. Anyway, this is it. Let's go back to the library. We can just select number one and then, select all the picture and do the right arrow, and then you can have like a preview of your time lapse. And yeah, it looks really good. And I love it when those pink clouds are showing. It's like really, that's the only thing you see pretty much. It's like you want to see those clouds. It's like, so that's why having more saturation only in the reds make them pop in the sky. And this is actually makes the sunset even better in time lapse than in real life. All right, so now we're gonna select everything. Command S to save the metadata. Go back to LRTimelapse. We're gonna reload it. Okay, auto transition. And now we're gonna do the visual preview. So I'm just gonna time lapse this and I see you right after. Alright guys, this is it, the visual previews, and I went and go ahead and did the visual deflicker as well because you can see there was some light jumps. So let's see how it looks. We might have a beautiful day to night pink sunset time lapse. Yeah, look at this pink coming in the sky right now. Oh yeah, this is good. So smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Oh my god, this is perfect. Holy shit. This is amazing that we went from something like this to something like this. LRTimelapse is insane. It's like, even like after the visual previews, before the visual deflicker, there was some like light jump over there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weird jumps. But the visual deflicker was able to completely erase any light exposure. And we can see we don't have any contrast flicker as well. Contrast flicker can be created by Lightroom, so it's something that just shows up after. You know, it's something we cannot see on the first preview, but here it's like perfect. So this is it. This is how I do it with LRTimelapse and Lightroom to keep all the colors in an amazing pink sunset day to night time lapse. So if you have any question, just leave me a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, obviously. We are very close to 8,000 subscribers, so I'm very excited. And if you want to learn actually how to do more day-to-night time-lapse, how I shot them and how I edit them, you can check my online course on my website. There's a link in the description below. And this is it. I see you in the next video, guys. Ciao.